Good evening. I'd like to call the March 28, 2016 meeting of the McCracken County Fiscal Court to order. Ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Here.
Commissioner Byer.
Here.
Commissioner Wathen.
Here.
And Judge Leeper.
Here. Commissioner Byer, would you lead some word of prayer, please?
Yes, we could vow. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for the unique blessings of this day. We ask as we meet tonight that you be with us and help us in making our decisions that will be good for the people and citizens of this county. We ask your Heavenly Father blessings on the family of our former Deputy Sheriff, Jay Miller. Be with his family, give them peace and understanding at the passing of Deputy Miller. We also, Heavenly Father, ask that you watch over and bless the men and women who are on foreign soils, protecting our many rights to meet here tonight. We ask that you watch over our public service employees and all of their families. And all of these things we ask in your name and for your sake. Amen.
Thank you, Commissioner. Would you all please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This time I'd entertain a motion for approval of the minutes from the March 14th meeting. A motion by Commissioner Bartleman.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. The minutes are approved. Next, we have 4 items for discussion. Item A is the event tomorrow, which is the Welcome Home for the Vietnam Veterans. Commissioner Byer, you had some good comments in the paper. I appreciate those. Would you care to elaborate on that event?
Certainly. The Daughters of the American Revolution are joining with McCracken County and the city of Paducah to honor our Vietnam veterans, to welcome them home. They felt like, our country felt like, that these men and women who went to Vietnam to fight for our very freedoms were never given a proper welcome. And so tomorrow at the Vietnam Memorial at 10 a.m. there will be some proclamations read, some remarks by Michael Swinford, and then they will come over to the courthouse for some additional presentations here in the rotunda of the courthouse. So any of the public would be invited to attend that meeting at 10 o'clock and then also come over to the courthouse. And we certainly invite all the Vietnam veterans. My background is I started as a funeral director in 1968 at Rock Funeral Chapel, and for about the first 5 or 6 years we had several of those funeral services for the young men who died in Vietnam. So it's still embedded in my mind that we never really told those people how much we appreciated their contribution and those families, and this is just a way we can do that. And I'm looking forward to being there tomorrow to express my appreciation to any of the members that attend.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anyone else? Thank you all, and thank you, Commissioner, for that explanation tomorrow. That is actually a nationwide remembrance tomorrow, or welcome home tomorrow, developed by the Department of Defense, and we're proud that the Daughters of the American Revolution approached us about being an integral part of it for our area. Next item is the policy manual. Mr. Fox is here. We won't call him up unless there's questions, but I will tell you it's taken a considerable amount of effort to get to a point where we're ready to approve a policy and procedures manual. It's been out there. This will be a first reading later in the orders. It will not take place during this discussion item, but later in the orders we'll have a first reading of the ordinance that will update our policy and procedures manuals. We had a number of areas where we just kind of gotten away from using the policy and procedures manuals. Things have just been done as we've always done them, so to speak. We reviewed all that. We've added FMLA language, which was legally necessary. We weren't compliant there. A couple of other areas, and this will be the first reading. There'll be 2 more weeks before we actually vote to place this ordinance in order. So, if there are any questions?
Yeah, I appreciate the work done on that, because it's really complicated to put together a policy manual, especially when we have so many different departments and different federal, state regulations that were covered at the jail and other places, and it's really hard to put it together in a condensed form, and ours isn't really very long when you really consider how many different departments we have and different types of employees. But I appreciate the work that was done on that, and I'll be shocked if at some point we don't have to revise something, because it's awful difficult to put that together. But it was really a good job, excellent job that was done on that. We really appreciate the work done by Mr. Fox and by the judge and the deputy judge. I know it's really complicated, it took a lot of time, but it'll be worth it to have rules to live by, and we need to, as you say, Judge, we need to make sure we follow them, and we don't do things just because that's the way we always did them. A lot of different federal laws now. If I remember right, the Family Leave Act is almost longer than the, more pages in there almost than some parts of the employee manual, but I think we all appreciate the work that was done on that.
Thank you. I'd also like to thank all the other elected officials. This document affects their offices. They have their own policies and procedures, and they're regulated by their agencies, and that added to the complexity of it. But they were all forthcoming and helped try to weed through all this and make sure that we had something that would serve the whole county, but allow them to have their own policies and procedures which are necessary in the areas that they operate. So we appreciate their efforts on that. And later in the orders, we'll have a first reading of that ordinance. This next item is the second reading of ordinance 2016-3, which is a ordinance dealing with our budget. It was necessary to close out, my understanding, Ms. Brown, the Murray project, and I believe this completes that effort. Is that correct? This completes that effort. If there are no questions or discussion, I would entertain a motion.
Was this to cover the parking lot? Was there changes made in it to cover the parking lot, right? And then that's finalized now. Okay, thank you.
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner Byer.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Bartleman. Any further discussion? Seeing none, I'd ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen?
Aye.
Commissioner Byer?
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman?
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye. That motion's approved. The next item is the jail budget. Just for your information, this is a preliminary budget that we're required to do. Mr. Adams is here if there are any questions, but just for your, to remind you from last year, and Commissioner Byers, many years past, this is just something the Department of Local Government and requires us to do in a timely manner, which is the 1st of April, I believe, is the date. So this is our last opportunity to do it in a court meeting to approve this budget and present it. Do we take action on this, Ms. Brown? No action is required. The presentation. As you all can see, it's very similar to last year's budget. We've got a couple of differences, but not a lot, actually. We do have some areas where we save a little bit of money, and areas cost us a little bit of money, as any budget will do as we go through. But this is not a final action on the jailer's budget. He will be back before us presenting his formal effort, but this is just a preliminary action with the presentation that's required by the state.
Well, the document says for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2016. Is that correct, or should that be 17?
That should be 17.
I believe the other dates are accurate on the comparison columns.
And we can change this if we need to later on, right?
Absolutely. This is not an action we're taking. This is a preliminary, so that when we file it, Mr. Jailer, that we can say that we presented to the fiscal court, and that's what's required.
This is just to give you an idea of what you're looking at for when you're doing the rest of the budget.
Anyone else?
It's pretty much a continuation budget, isn't it?
Closely. There's a couple of items that have seen some increase due to the type of inmates that we have, and jailers explained that to us, and it will be explained to us further when we get together as our budget meetings. And I have a tentative schedule. I think our first meeting will be April 11th, if I'm not mistaken, and I'll present that to all the commission members tonight, and we'll move on into the budget cycle. So we'll get to see the jailer during that period. Any other questions? Presentation's in order. Thank you, Mr. Adams, for being here just in case. Next item is the budget transfers.
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner Bartleman, second by
Mr. Watson. Second.
Commissioner Watson. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk call the roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman,
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye. Next, we have the accounts payable.
That totaled $282,013.39.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second
Second.
by Commissioner Wathen. Any further discussion? You told me those numbers would go down a little bit as we moved on, and
Remember that in May.
that's good. Any other discussion? Seeing none, ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye. Next, we'll move on to the court orders. Madam Clerk?
It is ordered that a bid opening was held on Thursday, March 17, 2016, at 10:05 a.m. at the McCracken County Courthouse for the mowing of the McCracken County closed landfill. 3 bids were taken under advisement.
Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Commissioner Byer, second.
Second.
Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Commissioner Wathen?
This did include the spraying of the ditches and stuff. I know last year it was,
Yes. Yes, it did. Any other discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
It is ordered to award the bid for the mowing of the McCracken County closed landfill to Lanny Jones Excavation in the amount of $4,500.
Motion,
So moved.
Commissioner Wathen, second.
Second.
Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
It is ordered to accept the resignation of full-time certified court security officer Casey Wallace, effective March 21st, 2016. It is further ordered that she has 1 vacation day and 9 hours to be compensated for and 2 sick days to go toward retirement.
Motion,
So moved.
Commissioner Byer, second.
Second.
Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
It is ordered that Kim Mike be reclassified from a full-time administrative clerk to a full-time certified court security officer, effective April 3rd, 2016, at an annual salary of $30,250 less statutory deductions.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen,
Second.
second by Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
It is ordered that Calvin Duncan be reclassified from a part-time certified court security officer to a full-time certified court security officer effective April 3rd, 2016, at an annual salary of $33,000 less statutory deductions.
I believe we've got an error, and I'm not sure. I think I've got the corrected copy, and you may not. You were talking about Calvin Duncan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
What
we
have
need
you
to hold
got?
up on this.
Okay.
If we,
Yeah, let me see.
they had an error on it early, and I think they may not have corrected your copy.
Mm-mm. Okay, so
Commission, stand at ease for just a second. Let me see if I can get a hold of. Sure.
You can share.
Yeah.
what does yours say? It's not what mine says. Yeah.
When we want to go into the others, come back to that.
Good. If we could, we'll come back to order and.
Is she calling down?
Yeah, she's going to take care. We're going to move on, if it's all right,
Okay.
Madam Clerk, we'll move on to
Pass over number 8.
pass over number 8. Have motion, second? Second by Commissioner Byer. Without objection? So ordered. All right, we'll move on to number 9.
Okay. It is ordered that Dylan Cook be reclassified from a full-time certified court security officer to a full-time road deputy effective April 3rd, 2016, at an annual salary of $33,000 less statutory deductions.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner
Second.
Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask the clerk to call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye. Madam Clerk, if you go back to A, we've got confirmation that it's 25,000, so.
Okay, so I just need to change it on mine. Okay.
Please.
Okay. It is ordered that Calvin Duncan be reclassified from a part-time certified court security officer to a full-time certified court security officer effective April 3rd, 2016, at an annual salary of $25,000 less statutory deductions.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen,
Second.
second by Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask the clerk to call roll, please.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
It is ordered the second reading of ordinance 2000.
Actually, we've done that when we did it earlier.
Oh,
I did it during the discussion.
okay.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. So we're on to 11.
Yes, ma'am.
It is ordered to pay Atmos Energy Corporation pay request number 1 in the amount of $165,528.57 for gas line relocation for the Maxon Road Improvement Project.
Motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second
Second.
by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk to call roll, please.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
It is ordered that the county sign an interlocal agreement, a joint division of waste management grant application with the City of Paducah, and if funded, accept a Kentucky Environmental and Public Protection Cabinet Division of Waste Management Kentucky Household Hazardous Waste Grant Award in the amount of $25,500 for partial reimbursement of the annual spring cleanup day expenses. The award requires a local cash match of $6,375 that will be met with cash contributions of $3,187.50 each from the Fiscal Court and the City Commission.
So
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second.
Second.
By Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask the clerk to call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
It is ordered to record the interfund cash transfer journal for January 2016.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen,
Second.
second by Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask the clerk to call roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
It is ordered to record the General Journal February 2016 adjustments.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner
Second.
Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk to call roll, please.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
It is ordered to pay the Paducah McCracken County senior citizens $25,000, same being McCracken County's budget contribution for fiscal year 2015-16.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen,
Second.
second by Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk to call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
It is ordered to accept the resignation of full-time deputy jailer Billy Forrester effective March 18th, 2016. 18th, did I say 8th? March 18th, 2016. He has no vacation or sick time accumulated.
Motion
So moved.
by Commissioner Byer, second
Second.
by Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk to call roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen.
Aye.
Commissioner Byer.
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman.
Aye.
And Judge Leeper.
Aye.
It is ordered, effective March 20th, 2016, Austin Lambert be hired as a full-time deputy jailer at a salary of $23,400 per year, less statutory deductions, all of which are subject to further order of the court.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Wathen, second by Commissioner Byer. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask clerk to call roll, please.
Commissioner Byer,
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman,
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen,
Aye.
and Judge Leeper.
Aye.
Whereas it appearing to the court that a vacancy exists on the Paducah McCracken County Riverport Authority Board, and it is the responsibility of this court to appoint a member to fill the vacancy. And whereas it is appearing to the court that Sherry Kane is suitable and qualified to serve as a member of said board. Now therefore it is ordered that Sherry Kane be and is hereby appointed as a member of the Paducah McCracken County Riverport Authority Board to serve the term which expires October 31st, 2018, or upon further orders of the court.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer,
Second.
second by Commissioner Wathen. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask the clerk to call roll, please.
Commissioner Bartleman,
Aye.
Commissioner Wathen,
Aye.
Commissioner Byer,
Aye.
and Judge Leeper.
Aye.
It is ordered the first reading of ordinance 2016-4, repealing ordinance number 2004-3, as subsequently amended by ordinances 2007-11 and 2009-1, and enacting a revised McCracken County Policy and Procedures Manual.
Motion? So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Bartleman. Any discussion? Seeing none, ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Wathen,
Aye.
Commissioner Byer,
Aye.
Commissioner Bartleman,
Aye.
and Judge Leeper.
Aye. Gentlemen, I want to call your attention, in your packets, you were, as early as Thursday, given a appointment order that doesn't appear to be on this list for whatever reason. And it is for Mr. Middleton. Is it not in your packet? Did you all not receive it in your packet?
No, sir.
It will hold it over. It was intended to be in your packet, and it was intended to be, showed up in mine. It's supposed to be in the orders, but somehow that didn't happen, so.
I don't object to moving on.
No, we'll hold it over. It's not an urgent thing. We'll do it by procedure. I'm kind of big on that sort of stuff. Best I can, anyway. There is no need for an executive session, so the executive session is not in order that I'm aware of. Seeing none, any comments from any of the commissioners before we adjourn? Once again, I'd like to bring everyone's attention to the welcome home tomorrow at 10 o'clock at Dolly McNutt Plaza. Anyone in the audience, we'd be proud to have you there, elected officials and all, and the public if they're watching on TV. Hopefully it'll be a nice event and something that's long overdue. So, that being said, I entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Byer, second by Commissioner Wathen. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion's approved. Thank you all very much.